Moody's Investors Service says that the outlook for Sri Lanka's banking system is negative as the economy remains weak and asset quality is deteriorating.
Moody's conclusions are contained in its just released, quote, banking system outlook. Sri Lankan banks, macroeconomic risks and deteriorating asset quality drive negative outlook, unquote. Teng Fu Lee, a Moody's analyst, in a statement says the economy will only exhibit a modest rebound as the government's high debt burden and reliance on foreign borrowings continue to limit public investment and pose the risk of capital outflows. The statement adds credit growth was very high over the last 2 years, with the credit multiplier peaking at more than 2.5 times. A high debt burden and contingent liabilities relating to state-owned enterprises will continue to limit the government's capacity to support the banks. Non-performing loans in Sri Lanka's banks rose to 3% of assets in March 2018 from 2.7% a year earlier, though the economy is expected to grow 4% in 2018 from 3.7% last year. Speaking on Newsline this morning, senior banker Rusiripala Tennakon spoke about the non-performing loans in People's Bank.
Like a whistleblower has sent us a document, and so we've become aware of the non-performing loans of the People's Bank. It amounts to something, what, over how much is it?
No, in that list, I also saw that list. It's running to about 15 billion, which has been the amounts that went into non-performing as of 30th of June. So, I mean, what is going into non-performing these days for us are the amounts that have been granted very recently under this regime during this period. And if you look at that list, you see most of the loans are above 100 million.
So
most of the loans.
This is the yardstick.
And if you see the names there, I'm not going to mention anything for various other reasons. But I mean, if you see the names, they are big companies who are operating in the country.
And when we look at those, do you recognize companies that are easily identifiable as having political patronage?
Definitely, most of them having political patronage, and they have been big guns under previous government and also under this government.